What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, there's one more lot of lovely new Keyforge cards that we have not had a chat about yet. And that's a little bit mean, that's a little bit rude, that's a little bit sad. Let's fix that, shall we? We've not yet had a chat about those Grand Star Alliance cards that were revealed the other day. So let's strap ourselves in, get on the shuttle, and have a little bit of a chat about the Grand Star Alliance. And we might as well start off with what I'm going to call Anthony. Ant1-10NY. Let's just call him Anthony for safekeeping. A 6-power, 0-armor creature. That's pretty big. And when you play it, you capture all of your opponent's amber. All of it. All of it. That's nuts. But at the end of your turn, you move 1 amber from Anthony to your opponent's pool. So essentially, you steal all of their amber, and then you just give it back 1 piece at a time. At the end of your turn, you give your opponent an amber. And then at the end of your next turn, you give them another one, and then another one, and then eventually, you've given it all back. Which is a little bit weird. It certainly does not seem like the powerhouse that the other cards that do this kind of thing are. We don't have many cards that can capture all of your opponent's amber. We've got Drumble. If your opponent has 7 or more amber, capture all of it, which is just a straight capture all of it. Having said that, Drumble only captures if they've got 7 or more, so it's not exactly perfect. And then we've got Gatekeeper. If your opponent has 7 or more, you capture all but 5 of it. Which, again, to be fair, still not actually capturing all of it. And these creatures are weaker than Anthony. Well, Gatekeeper, call it a draw, I suppose. 5 power, 1 armor as opposed to 6 power. Of course, if we compare this to Deacylus, not even close. Deacylus is one of those gigantic creatures whereby when you play it, you capture all of your opponent's amber and deal 5 to an enemy creature. And when you fight or reap, you move an amber from Deacylus to the common pool and deal 2 damage to each enemy creature. And you've got 20 power, but it's also a gigantic creature. It's a 2-half creature, so maybe not completely fair. There aren't many creatures that can capture all of your opponent's amber. For that alone, this has got to be worth a look. How about Mutagenesis Researcher? 3 power, 0 armor, and it doesn't have a skill, but it does add these enhance icons into your deck. That is, well, it's a new mechanic in Mass Mutation, whereby there are 4 new types of icons. Amber, which to be fair isn't new. Capture amber, a friendly creature captures an amber. Damage, deal 1 damage to a creature. And draw a card. And these icons are brought in by creatures and then randomly distributed amongst the cards in your deck. So Mutagenesis Researcher then brings in 1 of each. An amber, a capture, a damage, and a draw. And those 4 icons will be put amongst your cards. So alright, 3 power, 0 armor, no skill. It's not a particularly good creature. Not even close, to be fair. But you do get these 4 icons. And if there was a card that said gain an amber, capture an amber, deal a damage, draw a card, we'd all think that was nuts good. So for bringing, and you're not going to get all those, well, I suppose you could actually get all 4 of these on 1 creature. A creature can have up to 5 icons. It's unlikely you're going to get them all on 1. But the point is, those icons will be put into your deck, and for that alone, this has got to be a pretty good creature. And alright, we looked at Amphora Captura the other day when we looked at the Saurian Republic, which brings in 2 amber, 2 damage, 2 draw, and when resolving any bonus icon, you can resolve it as a capture instead. Clearly that's better, but this is alright. But if you want to do a swap, how about a particle swap? This is an action card that gives you an amber bonus, a proper natural amber bonus. And when you play it, you deal 2 damage to a creature. But if it is a mutant, you destroy it instead. Now remember from the reveal article, videos I did on the article for the new set, Mutants are a thing in this new expansion of Keyforge. These are creatures that have been corrupted by Dark Amber. There's a real story to this set in a way that there wasn't before. So we can look at something like Bulwark, which comes in as a mutant, or Snorette, or indeed Rad Penny. All of these are examples of mutants, creatures from previous sets which have been mutated and come in slightly differently in mass mutation. And this just destroys one of them, while giving you an amber bonus. Dealing 2 damage to a creature is fine, but bearing in mind, right, we've seen cards in the past like Twin Bolt Emission that give you an amber bonus and deal 2 damage to 2 creatures. I don't think anyone's going to argue that Particle Swap is as good as Twin Bolt Emission. It ain't. But if you can just destroy a creature while gaining an amber, well, that makes things very, very different now, doesn't it? That's what I like about Particle Sweep, which I'm pretty sure a minute ago I called Particle Swap. It's Particle Sweep. Sweeps for mutants, destroys them. Clearly, there are going to be sometimes this turns up in a deck and you play it and there's just no mutants on the other side of the field. But sooner or later there will be, and in those games, it's pretty good. Maybe to find those games you need a scout. How about Scoue Pete? And I've double checked the name, it's definitely Scoue Pete. 4 power, 0 armor, and when you play or fight or reap, you may look at the top card of your deck, you may discard that card. This is lovely. This is really, really good. Because if nothing else, you get a sneak preview of the next card you're going to draw. And you can decide whether you want it or not. If it's a useful card that you're going to want in the near future, grab it. If not, don't. And that's really good. It's not drawing a 7th card, let's be clear. It's not drawing until 7. It is not a replacement for Mother. But what it does do is give you the opportunity to discard a card rather than actually grabbing it. It doesn't guarantee what you are going to draw, but what it does do is get rid of a card you don't want for the chance of getting a card that you do want. And if there's any card out there that interacts with the top card of your deck, great news. I mean, look, there's all kinds of house cheating mechanics that we've seen so far in the Grand Star Alliance. And there was a card we showed you the other day, which I absolutely adore. It was Saurian Egg. And Saurian Egg lets you discard the top 2 cards of your deck. And if you hit yourself a Saurian creature, put it into play ready with 3+1 power counters and destroy Saurian Egg. So what you do here is essentially scout the top card of your deck. If it's a Saurian creature, keep it there. If not, you've now essentially got 2 chances to hit a Saurian creature rather than 1. This is going to have some uses. It strikes me as a kind of card which is going to be a little bit niche, that's going to work sometimes, etc. But it still gives you useful information, and it's still going to be really nice for essentially figuring out what you're getting at the end of your turn. And then we have Survey. Now, Survey gives you a natural amber bonus, and it's got an enhance whereby if Survey is in your deck, another card in your deck will have draw a card. And Survey might actually here have given itself the draw a card. Although remember, we did look at Mutagenesis Researcher, who also lets you put a draw into your deck, so maybe it's gotten the one from that instead. I guess we'll never know. And when you play, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one. And honestly, right, what I'm saying here is extremely similar to what I just said with Scoue Pete. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one. So if you've got a way to play Saurian Egg, this can help to fix it. At the end of your turn, when you're drawing cards, you've essentially gotten rid of one card that hopefully you don't need for the chance of getting another one that you do. Obviously, if you want a Shadows turn next and you look and there's 2 really good Shadows cards, you've got to discard one of them, and that can suck. But a lot of the time, this is just going to really help yourself with consistency. And we saw this with cards like Navigator Alley back in Worlds Collide. We're getting a little bit of extra consistency here with the Grand Star Alliance. Navigator Alley let you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. This lets you look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one. Now, it's only when you play it, but it's an action card, so it's a one-shot deal anyway. Plus, you get the Amber bonus, plus it gives you a draw at some point during your game, so, well, one point in your deck. It could be multiple times during the game. And this is kind of cool. These Star Alliance cards are kind of nice. Little bit of a consistency boost, little bit of playing around with the deck, and of course a creature that can literally capture all of your opponent's amber. That alone has got to be worth a little bit of a look. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, for the time being, that's what we've got in terms of new Keyforge cards. But you have my word that when new cards are revealed, I will be here to share them with you. And of course, when the set is completely revealed, I'll do what I've done for the last couple of sets, and I will show you every single card in every single house. It's kind of my thing. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to know what you think about all of these cards, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Keyforge and whatever other games take our fancy. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.